Putting yourself in uncomfortable positions is a secret to truly being happy. Because if everything comes to you easily, it's pretty boring and your life is pretty boring. You never really took like a big risk into getting what you want. Therefore, when you get what you want, it doesn't mean as much as it would if it took like a lot of effort and uncertainty before you were able to get it. That's where growth plays a big part into contributing to your happiness. That's why people say that they become happier as they become better. They start loving themselves more as they become a better version of themselves. Because to be a better version of yourself, most of the time you have to make yourself a little bit uncomfortable by doing new things. And as they do that and as they get those rewards, the better they feel about themselves, the better they think about themselves. You deserve more. Like, don't let anybody tell you don't. You can't tell yourself that you don't. The things you say to yourself really matter and they dictate your whole life. If you want something, but it seems kind of hard, and you just tell yourself, oh, I'm not gonna do it because I can't, or it's for these kinds of people and I'm not one of them. If you put things out there like that, you're basically telling yourself that you're unworthy of something you want, and that creates a habit and an auto suggestion telling yourself that you're unworthy of things that you desire. That's gonna make it where you're just not getting anything you want out of life. You're not living the life that you actually want. You're settling for what you think you're worthy of. But if you truly believe that you're worthy of more, you're going to make yourself uncomfortable and try new things to grow and become the person that has everything you desire. I'll give you guys an example, and this is one that you all probably can relate to. Have you ever liked somebody, but you think they like you back, but you don't know for sure, and you're kind of confused, and there's a bit of a chase in there, and then you finally get with them, and it feels good. It feels better than if you just got it right away. You don't get bored as quick, and you're more willing to do more things to keep that person in your life because you actually had to work to get them there in the first place. And your relationship is just going to be a lot better because you actually worked. If you never had that, then you probably can't relate to this, but I know most people have. I definitely have. That chase is putting yourself into an uncomfortable position, hoping that eventually you're gonna get that person to like you back. You don't know for sure that they do. You don't know that they're gonna be your girl or your boyfriend, but eventually you do, and everything you're doing, you're hoping that you get what you desire. That's how it can go to anything. So this is how you're going to take it into making yourself a better version of yourself. We're going to go into like 3 different examples. Number 1, you want to look better. You want a better physique, a better body. Now, let's say you're an overweight person. You're probably thinking, oh, these people have fast metabolism. It's easier for them. You're saying things that are automatically convincing yourself that you're at a disadvantage, but you're really not. It's all in here. All you have to do is eat less and move more and eat healthier. It's not just eating less, and you have to go to the gym if you at least want to look good as you lose weight, or if you want to build muscle, even if you're already skinny. You're doing something new, something that makes you a bit uncomfortable for a result that you've never had or a result that you want to get. And now when you finally get that lean, you finally get to your goal, a lot of people say you're not gonna feel as happy, but you honestly are. There's gonna be a lot of moments where you look in the mirror and you feel good about yourself because you took a risk. There was a bit of uncertainty on whether or not you'll be able to get it, but you did. And now you're enjoying the results as much as you can. Now let's say you want more money. More money means you're doing something new, whether that's spending less, investing more, or just starting a whole new idea that you have. We're gonna go with the starting a whole new idea one. Actually, we're gonna combine all of them, because why not? You're day trading, right? You work a job and you're learning how to day trade. You already have a few years of experience. But now you're spending this money and you might lose it, and you've never gotten the payout, so you don't know for sure that you're gonna be able to do it. And every morning at 9:30, you're putting yourself into an uncomfortable position, not knowing whether or not you're gonna win your trade, not knowing whether or not you're gonna get a payout. You're making yourself uncomfortable, and yeah, you may have the vision where you are gonna succeed no matter what. You know you're eventually gonna succeed, but there's always that little tiny 1% of uncertainty, no matter how much you're trying to convince yourself otherwise. But eventually you get that payout, and then you get another one and another one. And you had to cut back your spending on other things so that you could spend it on your evals and your funded account activation fee. And that was also technically an investment in yourself and your idea of becoming a day trader. And now you have the result and you're enjoying life, only working about an hour a day, and you're making amounts of money that you've never imagined, money that you would make in a year of working in a week. And you're happier, you're free, you're peaceful, and you know that you're able to achieve things that you want to get. You know that you can do anything, because if you could do that, you can do anything, and you're gonna feel better about yourself. You're gonna love yourself more. Now, last example, let me think. This is gonna be playing the guitar. You want to learn how to play the guitar. It's complicated. It feels like it's complicated, but you just want to develop a skill just for something you enjoy. Every day, you're starting off bored, learning the chords, but you have to do the boring stuff before you can get to the creative fun part of making music or learning your favorite songs. So you're constantly working at it, trying to master or just learn how to do it. It's boring and it's uncomfortable, but as you get better, you start learning new things and you start enjoying it more. And eventually, you're going to be playing your favorite songs, you're going to be making better music. Who knows, that could be your career one day. And you're enjoying it, you're proud of yourself, and you're loving yourself. And that creates happiness and it creates gratitude. You're going to start appreciating smaller things more as you do all of these, because you start loving yourself, and it's a domino effect. Once you start loving yourself, you become more grateful for the things you have. You become happier. You become more at peace, and you feel more prosperous, and you become more prosperous, getting anything you want in life, because you know if you can do it in one thing, you can do it in everything. All you have to do is make yourself a tiny bit uncomfortable to achieve the life that you truly desire. And it might not be a tiny bit uncomfortable. You might be really uncomfortable. I know I used to be really uncomfortable, and I still try to put myself into uncomfortable positions. The thing now is I'm more confident in what I'm capable of doing. I know that if I put my mind to something, I can do anything. That comes with self-love, because you're thinking highly of yourself and of what you're worthy of. So make yourself uncomfortable, not just for nothing though. Make yourself uncomfortable for something that you desire, a life that you believe you're worthy of. You are worthy of whatever you desire. If there is an idea in your head, if you want a yacht, you're worthy of a yacht. You just have to learn a skill that will provide income and eventually allow you to afford one. It takes time, and you have to make yourself uncomfortable to achieve something new, because you can't do the same thing and expect different results. You got this. Make yourself a tiny bit more uncomfortable, or a lot more uncomfortable, for a life that you were once dreaming of. Because I promise you, if you dreamt it, you can live it.